It is one beautiful day at Just a Few Acres, and this is the start of a long streak of sunny, warm weather. I'm psyched. Everybody, if you're happy about it, hey, you pigs, sunbathing, huh? Catching some rays. This is where a pig likes to be scratched the best, right in the middle of the back. Right, you little monsters? You're not so little anymore. There are no remains to be seen in my hay bomb. It is completely gone, and the pigs are going to be pretty lean on bedding for the rest of their stay here in the barn because I don't have any hay to spare. Let me try something. I have my doubts it's going to work. Run, 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 run. Well, I got a little reaction, but these pigs don't run like when they were little. Yesterday I read that humans eat more bananas than monkeys, but honestly, I can't remember the last time I ate a monkey. All this winter you've seen me taking care of these monsters and the cattle over here and the heifers up in the barn and the pigs in the brood pig pens, but our year is about to explode. Our farm is so much busier in the summertime than it is in the winter. Oh, and of course there's these guys, 400 layer hens housed in our winter house. But in just a little over 2 weeks, we're going to start using this brooder house again. We have our first batch of broiler chicks coming, and then they march on every 2 weeks all summer long. Having chicks in the brooder house is really not a lot of work. It's once they get out here at 3 weeks of age and we start populating these pasture boxes with them, we pull them out in the field here, and then we'll be pulling them ahead every day. So the work gradually ramps up, and then 2 months after the first batch of chicks come, we start our 2-a-week butcher schedule. So that's when we really get busy, toward the end of May. Plus, in less than a month, we'll be moving the laying hens into these 2 egg mobiles, and they get moved around the pasture in the spring, summer, and fall. So Hillary and I are going to be really busy like we are every summer. If you give a man a gun, he may use it to rob a bank, but if you give a man a bank, he most certainly will use it to rob everyone. Well, I came over to my dad's shop to see if he was working. When I got here, all the signs were there. And there he is. Dad and I spent a few days while the weather was really cold and nasty working on putting a quick attach on the 504 loader so that all the implements between the 504 and the 656 will interchange. It took us a while to get the plate configuration right with the holes in the right relationship to each other, but it works really good now on the bucket curls. All we got to do to finish up is get the pins in here and hook her back up, and then she's ready to go. She turned out great. She's got the right tilt. Another job done. Well, I gotta check on the brood pigs and do the pig shuffle. First step in doing the pig shuffle is closing the gate to the pig barn, only I need to be on the other side of it. Where's my latch go? You guys are a pain. Step 2 is I gotta let John and Brownie out of their pen. Sometimes it isn't so easy. They're pushy. All right. Usually they got to take a little tour before they go in. But they're used to this. I do it every week. And you got to do the meet and greet with Red. Sows are one thing and then boars are another. When I let John out, usually I have either the shovel or the hoe in my hand in case he gets a little uppity. But normally he's just fine. Come on, John. I leave a pile of feed in there for him, and eventually he goes in, because like any man, he thinks with his stomach. Come on, Brownie. There you go. Close them into this pen, and this is their pen for the week. Hey, Brownie. What's going on, pig? All right. There. Then I can tidy up their pen that they were in this week and get it cleaned out. The problem is in a boar pen, when you've got a boar in a pen, you don't climb in there and mess around with them a whole lot because eventually he starts nipping at you. Sows are fine. I get right in with the sows and clean their pens, but not John. So when he's breeding a pig, we do this flip-flop back and forth. All right, Red, now it's your turn. Miss Pig. I find that sows are a lot better housekeeper than boars. Red will just poop over in the corner here, and pretty much the wetness and the poo stays right in the corner. The rest of her pen stays dry. When John's in a pen, it's all over the place. He's not a good housekeeper. Out to the poo pile. Cleaning out the pig's pens is a weekly thing. It takes me 20 minutes or a half an hour. The concrete makes it really nice because I can just scrape it up. Breeding schedule. Red is due in early May with her piglets. She was bred in March, whenever. And Brownie is late. She's going to be a first-time mom, hopefully. And she's not due until early July, which is a little late for us. I'm going to have to adjust the butcher dates. Whereas we keep our winter and our summer pigs on dirt. In the summer they're outside, in the winter they're in the barn. We keep our brood pigs on concrete, and we put in the concrete after trying actually dirt in here with bedding on top of the dirt. And the problem was, no matter how much bedding we put in, the pigs would soak it, because that's what they do. They dump their water. It's more water than urine. So we put concrete in here, and it became a lot easier to keep clean and dry because we can just scrape the concrete off. And then usually the sun comes in or it warms up enough in here to evaporate and dry off the slab. So we go through and clean it once a week. It's a heck of a lot easier than wheeling out loads full of bedding in the wheelbarrow. That's the only way we can get in here is with the wheelbarrow. I have a new idea for this pen though, and what I want to do to all these pens is either build new gates or modify these gates such that the pig can put their head through the gate, so there would just be a hole here, which we would close up when they have piglets. If I would put the water out here so the pig can get at it through the hole with its head, then it won't be pushing the dish around and dumping the water in the pen. Should keep it drier. If that works, then I can go to using probably wood chips or pine shavings would be the best. They're really absorbent and they're the easiest to pick up and get out of here. So that's something when I get the time I want to fabricate, is those gates, and give it a try. And the cattle eat and eat. Now for an update on the machine shop, and the update is I'm frustrated. There's nothing I can do. The engine went to the machine shop on January 13th. I checked the calendar this morning. The thing that frustrates me is when I took it to him, he said it would be about 3 weeks. So I figured at the time 5 weeks, 6 weeks, because that's the way things usually go. I understand that he probably has more pressing projects that need to get in and out, whereas my engine is pretty much a hobby. But still, the lack of communication, and in my old job, if I had a client and I promised him a job in 3 weeks, by about the 6th week, well, no, the way I was, about the 3 weeks in a day, I'd be thinking, well, I got to talk to that client and tell him what my situation is and give him a realistic schedule. Machine shop owners aren't really trained in that kind of communication, I think, so I'm not getting a whole lot of satisfaction out of them. What can I do about it? Nothing. There isn't anything I can say on the phone that'll speed it along. There's nothing I can do that would do anything but make it worse for me, so I'm living with it. What I do feel bad about is being accountable to you all. When I started this project, I made a plan to move it along and keep you all in the loop through the winter and get it to a certain point, and now my schedule's really getting screwed up because the farm's going to start getting busy. Heck, this week with the nice weather it will, and I'm going to have to start, when the engine comes back, I won't be able to work on it as much or as fast as I would like to, and I'm sorry about that. Every time my phone rings, I hope it's the machine shop, but it hasn't been yet. So that's where we're at. Honestly, I kind of feel bad for the machine shop owner because it's clear that he's gotten overloaded with all the work that he's had since COVID-19 started, and I don't think he really knows how to deal with scheduling at all. What a beautiful day. I gotta go up and check on the heifers. Well, there's no heifers in here. They're all out warming themselves in the sun. Oh, here comes a customer. There comes 2 customers. Oh, we got 4 customers. Doc's not too sure if he wants to come out and play. Are you, Doc? You want to come and see me? Here he comes. Come here. No gloves today. Smell a little different, don't I? Just recently I've been able to start scratching him behind the ears and on the chin. Well, maybe not today. So we're gradually making progress at becoming friends. Hillary and I make friends with cattle, and my daughter Cora too, with cattle all the time when they're calves. It's a much different situation than it was with our bottle-fed calf, Sammy. Sammy saw us as his moms, so that was a different attachment than just being friendly with a calf and being able to walk up and pet it. It's not nearly the same thing. You like that, don't you? Yeah, you like a scratch behind the ears. My hair is not hay. Doesn't taste very good, does it? It tastes like motor oil and bits of metal. Making friends with a calf is just a gradual thing. You do it in baby steps, and over the course of, I guess it's been a couple weeks, I've gotten them this comfortable. All right, Doc, I gotta go spread the poo, little buddy. A viewer had an idea, which I thought was kind of cool, and that's to really show how this manure spreader works by putting a camera on the mechanisms as it's spreading the manure so you can see how all this works. So that's what I'm going to do. that food? Is that food in that wagon? Back home. Well, that was cool. Well, it's time for Hill and I to run around, feed the animals, and do afternoon chores. You know, I was thinking about it, and you really don't need a parachute to go skydiving.
Really?
No, you don't. You need a parachute to go skydiving twice. Gotta feed and water John in the south. There you go, Red. Some for John and Brownie. Some for Brownie in the feeder. And some for John on the floor. He prefers to eat off the floor. Some for Red. Right, Red? There you go. John isn't the best of boyfriends. In fact, he's kind of a pig. He doesn't let anybody eat or drink until he's had his fill. That is no way to entice the ladies, John. Hi, guys. Why is it that your nose runs, but your feet smell? That's another day's work on the farm, and happy spring. The weather is looking up. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.